Grand rising, everybody. Peace, love, and harmony to you all. I am Peacekeeper, and well, I'm out here in the heart of nature, just raising my frequency. Breathing in this good ass energy, this life source energy, breath of fresh air that has so much of ancient wisdom, flowing in it, in the atmosphere. It's here to give thanks, just to be in this present moment, to absorb all of this goodness that life has to offer. And today, I have a very powerful message for you guys, Today's message is about how to know if someone is meant for you. How to know if someone is worth suffering for. How to know and deal and cultivate better relationships in your life. So are you someone right now that may be in an intimate relationship with someone, or just a regular friendship with someone, and that relationship may be struggling, but you're in a mix of, is it worth it to keep going? Are they meant for my life? These are the questions that may be arising within this period of time, whenever it is that you're receiving this message. I'm here to say to you, tip number 1, how to know off the bat if someone is meant for your life. Ask yourself, how were you feeling before they came into your life? What were you doing before they came into your life? Were you in a state of peace? Were you in a state of joy? Were you in a state of love? What state were you in? When they came in, did they enhance that current state in any way, form, or fashion? Did they help you build your mental health, your physical health in any way, form, or fashion, or spiritual health in any way, form, or fashion? These are the questions that you would like to ask yourself off of the bat. How did it make you feel in the earlier stages? So now, that's 1. 2, there are narcissists out there, and they are very, very, how to put it, I don't want to say bad people, but they're very self-centered. And some narcissists out there are upfrontish with it. Some narcissists out there are covert with it, on the low with it. Some of them are also very manipulative with it. And where this is concerned, a concern to me is that some people come into your life and they do exactly what it is that they think you want them to do. They do everything in a way that they just want you you know, to get attached to them. So this is a tactic that the narcissist also use, which is called love bombing. You know, they do a lot of things to make you feel good. They do a lot of things to make you feel nice. You know, they probably give you a lot of trinkets, a lot of gifts, you know, stuff like that, just to keep your attention, just to make you feel like, you know, it's love. But this being said, you know, it doesn't matter what someone gives you, it doesn't matter how much things physically that they can give you, that the things that someone can give you is not love, you know. So like if someone always have to just keep using things to, you know, show their love, that I kind of check that type of love, because somewhere down the line, when they can't keep up with that image that they have built, or that routine that they have built, you know, just to get your attention, just to love bomb, quote unquote, you know. And aside from the things, they also say some deep things like, you know, I in this for the long run with you, you know, I look into marry you, you know, I don't see myself with anyone else other than you. Or some narcissists know about spirituality too, so you know they talk about, hey, I think I found my twin flame. You know, they say everything that they want to say just to get you to fall in love with them, just to get you to trust in them. And as soon as they get your trust, as soon as they know that you are in deep in love with them, and they have you right where they want you, this is when a narcissist starts to really and truly show their true colors. After the nice cupcake phase, after the nice honeymoon phase where things going real sweet and stuff like that, keep an open mind to this information that I'm about to share with you. I'm not telling you to end your relationship or anything. I'm just telling you to, you know, be vigilant. And again, my perspective and my opinion based on my experiences. And some way on that timeline, you know, in that relationship, you start to see things like this. Constant arguments. You know, it maybe feel like the smallest thing. It might be for things that don't really have any meaning or purpose. But yet still it's like constant arguments. Some people think like because someone arguing, which it shows that they really care. Because there is a subconscious programming within people that is a traumatic response, a trauma bond to that way of life, you know, that way of living. And that tends to make a lot of relationships very shaky, you know, very problematic, very toxic. So be mindful that if you're constantly, you know, arguing with someone over petty things, do you really see yourself being with that person for the rest of your life, you know? And next thing too, that you need to look out for to know if someone is meant for your life, if they're meant to be there in those tough times, you know, in those little shaky moments, in those dull moments. What is their first go-to? Are they always looking to, you know, pack up ship, you know, and just run and they're always looking for the first exit to just drop everything and go, like whatever it is that you guys have built isn't with shit to them. Is that their first response? Check that. If that's their first response, you gotta check yourself and really check if you really want to, stick there. Because if that's someone's first response to everything, or any little small little hiccup in the road, and that is what the argument is about, they're telling you basically where they're headed in the future. Because my friends, that again, whatever it is you're focused on will grow. And in their free time, in their little alone time, where they're probably gathering their thoughts or just doing whatever that humans do, they are most likely thinking about leaving, and then boom, something happens, and they see that as like an opportunity, to just bust out and pick up and go. But they keep waiting until something happens, then to bring that arise. That's just to get you, that's just to get your attention also, because it's a subconscious programming that Narcs do. They act like they don't want you. They act like they don't need you, and they tend to break or try to run from the relationship. They try to put you in a state, in a place where you are the one that is the problem. And with that being said, when you actually pull back from them, like if you're the one that pulls back from them and distance yourself from them, and really and truly keep your distance, and you focus on yourself, you focus on healing, you focus on doing whatever it is that you need to do, to build yourself, they go crazy. They now, after a period of time, they be like, well, why you ain't call yet, or why they ain't do this, or why you ain't do that, and they actually start to reach out. They actually start to call you. I even been in a situation where literally came looking for me, literally had us to block the person on all platforms, and they even moved to a platform that I forget to block them on just to contact me, and people might call me a little harsh, a little tough for this, but when I see a red flag, when I see something that is not clicking, it is not really beneficial to my mental health, especially in this time, and I'm not gonna stick around it, because I gonna get the shitty end of the stick, I gonna feel the brunt of that. And really and truly, I'm not gonna let nobody, put me through anything. Just in mere fact that I know my choices determines my consequences in this life. I'm not gonna choose to be in a position where I'm gonna be freaking groveling, crying, mooting, punting. No. I would just be like, this is a red flag. This ain't working all the way. It's not, it literally feeling too forceful. It literally feeling too chasey. Anytime I had to chase after anybody, I drop in that shit. And anytime anybody had to chase after me, no. If you had to chase me, if you had to, it's like a one-sided thing, and I don't want you to chase me. I don't want you to to run me down. I don't want you to come at me in a way that you feel like you need me. That's not how I just function. So, the minute like I say, alright, I taking a vehicle, I taking a space, and that person can't even give me that little 2 days, a day, or just space or time that shows to me that yes, they care about me, yes, they love me, may love me, but it can also be an attachment issue from their past, because of the energy and the aura that I share, I give. They tend to get attached to that and tend to feel like it's a need of theirs, to get that all the time, to really and truly feel like they can function, with their mental health properly, when really and truly, this is why I promote self-love too, They need to find that within themselves. They need to have that within themselves so that they wouldn't feel like they need someone else to to feel that way within themselves. So yet again, as I say, some people might call me harsh, some people might call me tough, some people might call me a knock, but it is what it is. People will say things about you, people will think what they want to think about you, but I just sharing my reasons for how I deal with knowing if someone is meant to be in a relationship with me, if they are meant to be in my life. I give people space that they need to grow and heal themselves. I don't force. So, if you find yourself forcing against your own will, your own free will, against your intuition, against your heart, to stay with that person, you're just feeling in that way of you can't handle it, you don't want to do this, but you're just doing it because maybe just the time that you have spent with that person, whether it be 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, you just don't want all that time to go to waste. But somewhere down the line, you really and truly had to check, hey, is that what took place in those 6 years, what took place in those 10 years or 15 years, what really took place? Was there any growth? Was there any satisfaction, in ways where you guys are building mentally, you guys are building spiritually, or are you at a lower vibrational frequency? These are things that you have to ask yourself, because there are people who have been in relationships, and I'm talking about from real life experience, for 25 years. I'm talking about one of my aunts and uncles, right? And they just stayed with each other just because they had 3 kids together. That was the only reason they stayed together. They had no true love there together. They had no, how to put it, urge or desire, really and truly comfort within each other. And me witnessing that relationship at a young age is just like, people suffer, tend to suffer for the wrong people in this life, Someone is really meant for you, is really meant to be in your life. It won't be an endless cycle of just sufferation, There will be a balance. There will be a give and take. There will be a more or less even positive and negative experience, because in those experiences, when you have that like mind, when you have that person vibing on your frequency, in alignment with your life, you all will literally have a beautiful experience, because in both minds, they see each other in their future. So, if you don't see that person in your future, if they don't see you in their future, then you choose and you decide for yourself whether you want to be with somebody who does see you in your future. So said, so done. Your choice. But it's like I said again, know and understand that doesn't matter how long it was, assessment and really and truly check to see what really going on. Don't be like my aunt and my uncle, spending that time just because of the kids, or just because at the time, so much things they have, mixed up in together, stuff like that. And because they just stayed for certain reasons, like the kids and stuff like that, and whatever financial things that they were getting from each other, both of them was owning each other, you know, and that so sad, because imagine even she knew that what he was doing, and he knew what she was doing, but yet still they just couldn't cut the time. They choose to, and some people say, hey, that's a big man thing to do, a big woman thing to do, and they just used to keep doing it to each other over and over and over and over again. When they could have just say, hey, here what the real big man thing to do is, yes, we had ties, yes, we do this, yes, we are kids, but we could keep a mutual respect and a mutual understanding. We could deal with the kids, we could function like this, but we don't need to be intimate. We don't need to have a physical, intimate relationship, because, quite frankly, she not in that mentality towards him, and he not in that towards her. And that, to me, is suffering in silence. Then you can actually have a beautiful relationship and a very beautiful experience with someone who was meant for your life, with someone who is meant for you. So I just draw that experience and that story just to give a wider perspective to what it is that I am talking about, where relationships is concerned, and how to really and truly know if someone is meant for your life. Look at the long run of your life. What is happening currently in the present moment, and how is it going to affect the future? How is it going to impact your future? Decipher the codes, get a book, get a pen, draw a line through it, pros and cons, and I'll let you choose. If the pros outweigh the cons, alright. The cons outweigh the pros, alright. But you made the decision to decide. I choose all the time to make the decision based on me and that person's ongoing communication experience and relationship partnership. I choose to weigh it based on our past, our present, and where the future is headed. I weigh all the circumstances, all the areas, because, yet again, time is an illusion, The past, the present, and the future is happening simultaneously. Whatever you did in the past is what brought you to this moment here and now, and whatever it is that you do now is going to bring you to a different present moment in the future. So choices. So guys, I hope this message helped you in some way, some form or fashion today. I am Peacekeeper. Tap that like button, share this with someone out there. Maybe needs to hear this, as they may be going through a little relationship struggle, and this message can help. So let's keep doing what we can do to become our best versions, raise our vibrational frequencies, protect our energies. Love to you all. Peace to you all. Joy to you all. I'm out. Until tomorrow.